What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're diving right into one of my first dilemmas. So I found out in the garage space area, when you have living quarters above, you have to have a special can light fixture. I did not know this. So inside the great room, we have videos where I put up the scaffolding and we put the IC rated can lights up in there. And the IC stands for being insulated and it's safe for the heat, radiating off and won't cause a fire. So I bought a bunch of these can lights thinking I can put these all through the house. Well, needless to I find out that you have to have these special can lights here. So, whenever you're starting to look at these houses and you see why are these houses so much money, I'm getting a very sober experience here. These fixtures right here, these 12 lights you see behind me, I have over $500 for 12 lights of just the rough end of these fixtures. I still have to get the actual light that goes up in there. You can see has everything on it. They're a TP24 connector. So you have to get an adapting light that goes in these once we do everything, the drywall and all that. So the reason why I chose to go with these, because I know someone's gonna leave in the comments, you should have just went with the flip lights. That's where you just drill through the drywall and you find the wire and then you just pop them back in, kind of like what we did on the porch. So I'll leave some links in the description of us doing that. That was a great idea and it would have been a fraction of the cost. The problem with doing that, in my opinion, is when these contractors are in here working, we're coming into the August month, it's coming real quick. So I'm guesstimating that we're gonna be doing insulation and drywall coming into like September, October. So in the Western Pennsylvania area with the time change, it starts getting dark early. So instead of having construction lights and temporary lighting everywhere, we're gonna install these all through the garage and then put light fixtures inside of them. And then I can just hot wire it to the panel so we have lights so we can work. So it's a big upfront cost. These things are super durable. I mean, they're pretty impressive. My personal opinion, it's way overkill, but when you get things inspected, you have to follow the rules or they won't give you a rough-in inspection. So we're gonna check this out. I'm gonna do a little test run through. I'll put a GoPro on so you guys can actually see wiring in some of them, so you can kind of get like the backseat driver effect, see exactly how you install one of these, and we'll wire them in. So it's something if you ever choose to do this in the future, you get like a little upfront view there. So stick around. All right, so what I got myself is a nice little work scaffolding here, and I'll use a ladder to transfer up. So you can see the wires. Chico and I strung all these all the other day because we initially were gonna do the flip lights. So that's why you see so much extra slack. So unfortunately, I'm gonna waste some wire here, but now if you see the line with the C through it, that's center. So what we did was laid it out perfectly with these cut lines when they cut the expansion joints. So we have a 30 by 42 garage and I put 12 lights in it. So what I'm gonna do is go up and put these can lights right on those center marks. And I got those center marks by using the laser. So I set a laser down on the ground. I struck the laser light down through these expansion joint cut marks, and then it projected right up. So it really saved a lot of time here. So we're gonna get up on the ladder here. Make sure your wheels are locked on your ramps here on this scaffolding. And then we'll get these wires separated a little bit, because this is one of my center marks here. So we'll pull this out here. This needs to favor that side. All right, so we had to do some modifications to this one. So you can see this bay is a little bit tighter. So whenever I wired it in, it's white on white, black on black, ground on ground. You just push those in, little push connectors. So normally, whenever you have 16 on center, you get 14 1/4 distance in between the floor joists or whatever you're normally, you know, putting these to. So this one here, they happen to put a doubler here, so it threw me off a little bit. So I ended up having 12.5. So the tracks would not fit from the factory. And I'll show you down here. I'm gonna have to modify the other two in this bay to make it work. So after taking a look at it, you could see you can loosen this little screw up here, and this is what adjusts it back and forth. So it goes left and right. So what I did was take it all the way over here, and then you find this track here, these little notches in here. So then you grab it here, and then you work it back and forth. So what I'm gonna do is focus on this one, the bigger one here. So if you go like that, breaks off, and you go real easy. Now you have that piece there, and then you go to this angle here, and then you cut this notch out. And then what I did was cut little points on it, so it goes back together a little bit easier. So like that, like that. So now this one here is gonna be ready to go here. So you can hear the thunder in the background. We just got a bad storm coming through, and we're gonna put this back together. This slides in here, that interlocking channel, like that, and back in there. So there you have it, guys. That's how you modify it. So now this is my distance. Then I can go out like this all the way in, so it fits in the channel. And then here's the factory side. So it's definitely something you want to obviously catch before you get up on a ladder. I didn't realize it until it was too late. So this is the tightest the factory side will go without the modifications. So you could see that's back to that 14.25 we talked about. And then this is capable of going to 11.5. So now it'll fit in that doubler for these other two. Then when you flip these around, like we talked about, this has the push connectors. So here's ground, you push it in there. Here's neutral, you push it in there. Push it in, give it a little tug out, make sure it's like a Chinese finger. And then this is your hot, black. So you wanna make sure, and then you get the Romex connectors that push down in here. That's code, so it doesn't nick up the wiring. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around. It's a 90-some degree day, and it's raining, so you can see the sweat's just pouring off me. It's just part of the job whenever you're working in these houses that sun just beats down on them. Now it's raining, so here's one last look at this fire can light. I don't know. Give me your opinion. I think they're overrated. I don't know why you need them. You got the drywall, you got the lids. That would keep the fire from you know, spreading, in my opinion. So like always, we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.